Hey there, how's it going? What is up, everybody? Irish Orangutan is back to pass along what you need to know to get better at Madden and grow your MUT team. Enjoy the show. Today, I am back to talk about a few things that you can be doing with the draft picks that you do have left, what you can do to exchange some of those. We will be going through exactly what you can be doing and what the best value for those can be, and also some of the sets that we can be going through to make yourself some coin in the market right now. It is starting to get a little bit more difficult. I did go out and purchase a couple players for this video. I'm trying to stay above 2 million coins at this time, and we'll be able to get back there before the end of this video. But just have a quick piece of information right here. As you've accumulated NAT players throughout the year, you definitely should be putting them into these sets. And as you find the low silvers have absolutely no value as people are pulling for power-ups, you can put them in here, try to make them into low golds. But as I will talk about throughout the rest of this video, the low golds, silvers have just completely lost their value. A lot of people are getting Twitch packs, and as they're getting those every day and getting very, very good ones at this time, they're just really not looking to do anything with them. And there's not a lot of good things for most people to do with them, but there are a few things that you can fall back on and just kind of work on. Something that you can do is just work those players up and get to the 80 level. At that level, there are some players that really do kind of hold their value because they go into that power up set. As you continue to go through and win games, team captains set, you can add those into there if you have been playing throughout the rest of the year. But something that you can do with these sets are make token sets. There are just absolutely phenomenally low prices for some of those gold and high silver players. So you can go in and get them for less than 500 coins and then just add them into these sets, and you be able to use them for things that actually do carry a value, and we'll be able to sell them off. As you can see, 212 of these guys, so I have to figure out something to do with them. Very few of them go into power-up sets, so I will be flipping them. Hopefully they do have some better sets that eventually do work out for some of these players, but at this time the best thing you really can do is add them into token sets or just find good value through some of these old sets. You can fill in a silver or gold player and possibly get a token back or a particular ticket. Just looking through these sets, there is a lot of hidden value, but this token and just flipping player set are things that have stayed consistent and are still very valuable. One thing, kind of getting back to those kind of booster sets, and when you trade in your players and you are able to go in and get better value for them, so trade in your 80s and get 82 to 83s. You can use power up players, and some of those players do have value, so you kind of want to be mindful of that. Just think about who has came out most recently and potentially sell those players. But if they don't at this time, you can go in and flip those for 90s and get 91s back, and that can be something that can really help you out. This is kind of far into this series, so a lot of those 91s have lost value, but there are players that still obviously can be worth it, and that's a good way to get rid of your training as well. So just power them up from, say, a 72 or a 76 to that 90 level, and then add them into that set to exchange for a better player. Something else kind of at this level of Madden, you really just need to be playing your favorite modes. You don't want to be going through and playing absolutely every mode and burning yourself out. At this point, you just need to be enjoying yourself. And that's just kind of one of the keys to this game as well. Just kind of do the things that you enjoy. Don't burn yourself out. Playing Weekend League and solo battles and house rules, that really can be a lot. Just kind of pick and choose your favorite. they do have value in each of them. Just kind of make sure you're reaching the rank that you really want. Earlier on in this video, I did talk about some players that did cost me quite a bit. This is kind of taking advantage of the market. These players were very valuable and way over 500,000 coins per JJ Watt and Melvin Gordon, but at this time they're getting closer to the 400,000 range, and as you can see, you can get a 750,000 coin player back, and then you'll also be able to get a NAT version back. So one of these players I will be selling for 750,000 coins, and the other I will be flipping and getting some picks for them to be going through this a little bit more. So it doesn't necessarily matter which one I do choose. Both of them I will be selling because I am stacked at halfback and also on the line. So sell them for the 750,000 coins, and now that player is half of what he would be since he is NAT, but I can get him sold off and have a huge gain in picks. And now I can turn those picks into something that would be a little bit more value and just be losing out on 50,000 coins. To acquire that amount of picks, I would have had to have bought half of that player, so what a 98 would have got me there. I will double check that. I do apologize, I did not have that in front of me. So, excuse me, I would have had to purchase a 97, so that was worth triple that. So that is something to look at this point. Of course, you can always snipe them for under 400,000 coins, and they can be a great thing to look at. So new sets, obviously, new players coming out are more value to a lot more people. So just be cognizant of those and make sure you're always checking them out. But that JJ Watt and Melvin Gordon, if you have not yet done it, can be very, very valuable because you only can complete it once. And with picks coming to an end, I assume very, very soon, they said they would try to give us details about that on Monday after the draft, so that will be coming up here very, very soon. So I kind of went through and tried to look exactly what the best value at trying to get your money back is, and to be honest, it's the same that it's always been. The lower that you purchase down kind of on the market, the better it is. Excluding these 4200 and 5200s, those are really gambles. You are not getting the most back for them, getting those 88s and 84s, excuse me. Really, if you're trying to just get value, you don't want to gamble and you just want to do it quickly, honestly, getting two of these 98 players, or one of them for me, and possibly looking for 1,500 more picks so I could possibly get two of them would be the best value overall. I'll probably grab one of these players and then also just nab up a whole bunch of these 82 83s. It would be the smart thing to do. Since I am making this for you, I will go through and see if we can get lucky with some of these 84 pluses. Obviously, the odds are stacked against us, but a 90 is always a plus. That does get you tremendous value. That'll get you about double of what you could have gotten with the 80 to 83s, which is the best value that is out there for those. 88 obviously is not good news. That has the lower risk on it, but obviously if you go out and pull a whole bunch of 88s, you are still losing with those as well. Okay, and we had a huge win there. To be perfectly honest, I really would not advise doing this, but you have to get lucky every once in a while. I do have him Nat and in my defense. We will see if we can go out and sell him because I do believe he is one of those players that does have tremendous value. We might just go back and forth with the 84s and 88s. If we continue with a little bit of a hot streak, I will pull a couple more since we can pull that Derwin and flip him. The picks, the 80 to 83s, will continue to lose value, but at this time they do have the best value for you. But if you don't want to be a gambler, obviously this 98 straight across is tremendous. This one over here is a little bit of a gamble, but it is very, very difficult to pull the upper echelon of the first round. Same thing with these picks. You're going to be getting a lot of the lower picks in that first round, but really not that bad of a deal. Just obviously takes a little bit more time with those, but there is a good return on your picks overall. Just make sure you're selling them for around 1600. Some will be a little bit more, some will be less, obviously. Just do your best to look at the market. Those picks will be tied to the players that were drafted on that night, obviously, since they go into sets for them, and that kind of is what carries the market price for them. That's kind of what we have right now. Just kind of a recap. Um, just go through and work the sets that are out there and do your very best with those. There are crazy low prices for the upper echelon silver and golds under 500 coins, so you can go out and get those and add them into the sets to go along with those lower silvers and lower golds. Lower golds are just terribly, terribly low. Power-ups do have their value. Certain players who have just recently came out are obviously more wanted, and then you can put those into those sets to upgrade your players. You just have to use some training for that purpose. And then again, play your favorite mode. Don't bog yourself down. And one more quick note that I did not mention earlier. Some of those seasonal players that are lower overall in the 75 to 79 range can be valuable. Some of them go in for like a Derwin James, or some of those other players that have came out earlier on in the year. So just be cognizant of what players go into what sets. So seasonal players more than just gold players do carry that value. And just do your best with these picks. I do have quite a few to get rid of. If you just have a few left, this 80 to 83 is a really, really good choice. If you have close to 50,000, this 98 overall random player will give you some great value back as well, and it really won't take up very much of your time. But that's what we have today, and I wish you all the best. Take care. Thank you for checking into the Irish Orangutan channel. Keep coming back for more Madden knowledge. There will be consistent videos up every week, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to see them all. Come by Twitch to engage and hit me up on Twitter at Irish Orangutan. Take care and much love, everybody.